Middle East 1339. The 2nd of October 2019. Get URLOn Wednesday. Israeli satellite imaging company ImageSat International (ISI) claimed that 3 S-300 long-range surface-to-air missile (SAM) launchers deployed to Syria had already been erected. Russian-manufactured S-300 air defense systems, which have already been put on combat duty in Syria, may pose a serious threat to Israel Defense Forces (IDF) planes, according to national interest contributor Mark Episkopos. Describing the S-300 deployment to Syria as a deconfliction measure, Episkopos argues that Russia took so long to deploy these systems not only because Syrian servicemen had to be trained how to operate the S-300s but also due to Moscow's strategic caution. Read more. Israeli Air Force shuns attacks in Syria since S-300 delivery. Lawmaker. Russian Strategic Command may have hoped to deter further Israeli airstrikes with the threat of inactive S-300s being stockpiled in Syria, without having to take the added escalatory risk of deploying them, he noted. These hopes were dashed after the recent wave of Israeli airstrikes on Syria, which Episkopos claims might have been the final straw that prompted Moscow to deploy the S-300 systems in the Arab Republic. In this regard, he went on to note that the S-300 batteries may become a potential threat to IDF aircraft operating within western Syrian airspace where the Assad regime's government forces are heavily concentrated. Read more. S-300 delivery to Syria. Natural development of Russia-Syria alliance. Scholars. The author also suggested that the S-300 deployment may prove a source of Russian leverage against Israel in Syrian deconfliction negotiations, scheduled for later this month in Moscow. His remarks came after Israeli satellite imaging company ImageSat International (ISI) reported about the erection of 3 S-300 long-range surface-to-air missile (SAM) launchers in Syria. ISI claimed that due to the current regional tension and the detected erection of the launchers, it is possible that the mentioned activity indicates an increase of the operational level and alertness. Read more. U.S.-led coalition says Russia's S-300 delivery to Syria hasn't changed anything, with Israel and Syria repeatedly exchanging fire. The latest Israeli airstrike hit what was described by the Jewish state as Iranian targets in the vicinity of Damascus International Airport. Syrian air defenses reportedly destroyed over 30 Israeli missiles and guided bombs during the airstrike. On the 2nd of October 2018, Moscow delivered S-300s to Damascus in a bid to boost the security of Russian troops deployed in the Middle Eastern country. The air defense upgrade was announced after a Russian military plane was downed on the 17th of September by a missile launched by a Syrian S-200 air defense system targeting Israeli F-16 jets that were carrying out airstrikes in Syria's coastal region. Russian Defense Ministry blamed the Il-20 crash on the Israeli Air Force IAF, claiming that its warplanes used the Russian aircraft as a shield against Syrian air defense systems. 15 Russian servicemen died in the accident. Israel, in turn, claimed that it warned Moscow about the upcoming air raid in the area in a timely fashion.